My vengeance ends now.
Okay then, here we go. Seraphim17 once again bringing you another video walkthrough. This time, as you can see, it's for the mighty God of War 3. And this is going to be on Chaos difficulty. So let's check this shit out. Basically, anybody that's just coming off this game from normal and then moving directly onto Chaos mode, you're going to see a big difference, because this game is hard. And it's hard, but it's fair, and that's why I don't mind it at all, because God of War, on basic principles, is very simple. There are a combination of attacks that you can block, there are a combination of attacks that you can't block. That is the two sides of the story. If you make sure you block the ones you can block, you'll be fine. If you make sure you dodge the ones you can't block, you'll also be fine. And that is the principle that you're going to be playing this game with, and hopefully with my videos I'll be able to tell you what those attacks are basically and the best way to avoid them. So as you can tell, I'm going to be skipping all the cutscenes because this fucking game, man, it loves talking to you, and even though I've beaten it before, I can't get rid of any of the cutscenes. I had to sit and watch the motherfuckers. So if you come in here for story, you're probably not going to get that, because this is purely going to be gameplay. And if anybody of you notice a drop in quality from my other videos, I had to go out and actually buy a component cable for my PS3 because I use HDMI, and my recording equipment doesn't allow it, unfortunately, so this might look a little weaker than them, but it looks fine on my preview monitor, so fingers crossed this guide should be pretty fucking good. And these two guys here, you can, well, these three guys, sorry, you can completely skip them if you want to. The fighting at the start is going to be the enemy that you fight all the way through the game. It's just the undead legion guys. You can grab them, you can attack them. An easy section really at the start is if you grab one with circle, press square, you'll run him through his buddies and throw him. Just keep spamming that, you'll not take any damage and you don't have to fight really. But this is the first boss, and this is not easy. So the first thing you need to do is watch exactly what this guy does. You see how he rears up? That means he's going to do breath. So the easiest way to do this, move to the left to attack. As soon as he rears back, go to the right. There you go, he rears back, move to the right, the breath will come on the left. And if you stay on the left, when you attack him, he'll only do his breath attack to that direction, so you can keep going to the right and you'll be completely safe. If you get stuck in that attack, you can hardly roll out of it or block, and it will take 75% of your life. If you see him do that, it means he's doing a little cluster attack. Just back up a little bit, get back in and do your attack. It's a little fast, but it's not too bad. And you see, he shakes his head back before he comes down with his little claws, so that's the way that you can see that coming, and as you can tell, that's not really much of a threat. The only reason this bit now is hard is because there's no checkpoints between any of this, and if he hits you now, he'll kill you fucking instantly, and it's so frustrating. So the general thesis of this is get into the centre, whip him whichever way you want. I choose to do the powerful one because it does more damage, and he's going to reposition himself so he can hit you. When he does that, he's going to come in on the right, and it's so... oh, it's fucking bullshit, people, I swear to God. He can hit you when he doesn't even hit you, and it's not even a case of splash damage, it's just hit detection that's really bad. So he's coming on the left there, and move away from it, and don't hold the left analog while you're attacking, because I was doing that and it was making Kratos move, and it was making this more difficult than it needs to be. Just stay where you are and reposition as needed, and that bit's not too bad, but it's not over yet and there's no checkpoints, so if you die you'll have to do it all. So right now, pick a side. I chose the right, he did the right claw, move to the left. Keep attacking, he's doing the left claw, move to the right. Stay out of the middle, because the middle he does the breath attack and it will do so much damage. If you keep alternating sides and watching his attacks, he shouldn't hit you and you should be able to get past this stage pretty quickly. So I do the quick ones because it's faster, and I just get the hell out of there when I see him go to attack. So he's going to rear up again to do the breath. Kinda got caught in that because I didn't move away quick enough, but luckily enough it didn't do too much damage. So and same now, no checkpoint, people. If you die, it's all again, so you're going to get very good at this boss. This next stage is pretty simple, but I start using my magic now to block, because if anybody doesn't know, any attack you can become completely immortal when you use your magic, but you're only immortal for the duration of the attack, and that attack right there with the back legs will instantly kill you regardless of life. So be very careful of it. And right now I just wanted to get to a checkpoint because I was shitting my pants. I wanted to just be like, please checkpoint and we can continue with this shit. When he does that, it means he's going to do a big swipe. He generally telegraphs which side he's going to do it on, so just keep watching him, be as careful as you can, and it's all about having a run where you don't make too many mistakes, because making mistakes on Chaos Mode means you're going to die. You only get 3 or 4 hits, and sometimes you get less. A lot of these attacks are going to be instant kills, so it can be very frustrating, but as soon as you get to this this quick time event, there's your checkpoint, and then we're on to the next section of the fight. And I'm just going to say right now, from God of War 2 to God of War 3, they've put the quick time events to represent the sides of the screen to make it easier for the player. So you get your square on the left because it's on the left on the pad, so on and so forth. On God of War 2, it was just near the enemy, so you could just kind of stare at the enemy, use your periphery vision, and hit their things. And I think that was so much better because I play on a 42-inch fucking television, so to look at the sides of my screen, I have to turn my fucking head. And that is not cool. So you're going to see me cock up on a lot of the quick time events because I think it's bullshit personally. But once you're up here, you get a nice little breather. And you can open some chests and you can carry along this precipice. And I'm just checking my shit out because it's been a while since I've played the game, so I'm going to gradually get better as I play because I was a bit rusty when I started recording. But just traverse this cliffside and you go on to the other side of this area. I've cut out another cutscene there because, like I said, this is not about cutscenes, this is about me helping you guys get through this game. And Chaos Mode is hard. Right now, I advise you going straight for the snipers in the background because they're a fucking nuisance. So, bomb past these guys. The best thing to do is probably to jump over them, but I get hit, I get grabbed as you can see, which is annoying. But I run straight up here and I try and get these ladies out of the way. And the best thing to do with these people is grab them because you can instantly kill them, they're very easy. And then come down here and finish off the rest of the guys. And another thing I've noticed between God of War 2 and God of War 3 is they've slowed the roll down. And rolling on this game is so important, it can be the difference between losing and winning. And to get that couple of second delay really fucks me up on this game and I don't like it. And it's a shame they've done that, and I'm assuming they've done it to get an impression of weight, to make Kratos feel like he's more of a badass, he's got more, you know, momentum going through him and some sort of shit, but I just disagree with it completely. It should be like it was on the second one, because I used to love that shit. Another good thing to know here is you'll see me do square, square, triangle throughout this game. The reason for it is, it's the best move on the game. It is the quickest and most effective way to deal the most damage. And also an added bonus is that the triangle hit will always, generally always, with every enemy, stun them and stagger them, so it'll interrupt their attacks, sometimes it'll throw them in the air, it'll immobilize them from attacking you. And you're going to need that a lot because on Chaos Mode the enemies are a lot more aggressive than they were on the other difficulties. They're also a lot harder to stun because before you got one hit off and it would interrupt them, stun them, and you could beat them up. On Chaos it doesn't work that way, they take a fucking beating. So the best ways to approach the situations are the quick moves to do that stun, so watch all of them bounce into the air, keep doing that, no problem. But there's a couple of archers here, so make sure you prioritise them first and get rid of them. But yeah, the differences between the other difficulties in Chaos Mode is you do less damage, enemies do more damage, enemies also have more life, you get less red orbs for killing things, you'll find less red orbs, and the enemies are obviously more aggressive and a lot more difficult to stun. Everything else is pretty similar. But once you've dealt with those guys, do the platforming shit, move around the side, and we're basically preparing for another fight with Poseidon, who, considering he's the first boss on the game, he's pretty challenging, and it can be really, really disheartening when you first start, because I was doing some swearing when I was recording this, but I managed to get him, so he's not too bad. And here's Gaia again. You'll notice she doesn't have the same voice of the narrator that she did before. The small English person, British woman, not too sure who she is. But she's basically getting fucked up by Poseidon. A seahorse made of water and crab claws and everything, and right then I fucked up the Icarus glide because my X button's kinda stiff, but it works in my favour because there's a hidden chest under there. But yeah, my credentials as far as the God of War series goes is I've played God of War 1, I've played God of War 2, I haven't played any of the PSP ones because I don't own the console. I've beaten God of War 1 on God difficulty, which was the hardest one, and I've beaten God of War 2 on Titan difficulty, which was the hardest difficulty on that. And I'm going to tell you straight away now, people, that God of War 2 is a lot harder than this game. God of War 2 is ridiculously tough, and if you've beaten God of War 2, this game's still going to challenge you, but it's not going to be nowhere near as difficult. And here we go, we're introduced to one of the centaurs, and he's a general. And the thing that struck me with this fight is how much this motherfucker takes on Chaos Mode, because this guy takes a beating. But you'll notice the square square triangle, it gets him in a stun, so if you can keep doing it, you can stun lock him, and there's nothing he can do. But occasionally he will swing out of it, so be very careful. And obviously, it's never that simple, so they throw a couple of enemies to come and irritate you while you're fighting him. But if you're ever struggling and you've got these enemies in the face, because they're not wearing any armour, if you press circle and then you press square, you will run them, become completely immortal, and you can have a couple of breathing seconds to get to a different part of the room. A couple of things to know: when you grab an enemy, you are not invulnerable. As soon as you do an action after grabbing, you are. And that fucks me up a lot on this game, because on God of War 2, when you pressed circle, it did one move. There was no choice to do things, so circle was your go-to move to become immortal. On this game, I press circle and sometimes I'll sit there like an idiot holding an enemy and get hurt because I forgot to press square, triangle or circle. But obviously, as soon as you see the button above any enemy's head, always do the move, because it will kill them quicker and it will also give you a bonus, be it orbs, be it a bit of life, things of that nature. Another thing to note as well, enemies that would give you green orbs give you significantly less on Chaos Mode, and also the chests that you open give you less orbs. Like, you'll not get as much life, you'll not get as much magic from the restorative chests, so that's something to note. And then there's a little, I wouldn't say puzzle, but it's a little brain teaser for you to mix up the combat, and some mild platforming now. And you just pull the lever, and then you climb up the ladder as quickly as you can, jump onto the platform, and it takes you across. But I'm going to fall off this platform. And the reason for that is quite simple. I'm so used to a third-person action game being able to manipulate the camera with the right stick, and on this game it evades, so I'm going to roll off the fucking platform and look like a retard, so do bear with me. I'm kind of conflicted as well, because I've managed to get every single video on this ready to be commentated on, and Dead Space 2 comes out effectively in give or take 5 days, and I'm not too sure if I'll have enough time to upload all of this guide before it comes out. So I'm not entirely sure if you're going to see this straight away or if I'm going to upload it after Dead Space. And it kind of sucks, because this is definitely something I want on my channel, because it was a fun guide to make and it's a challenging game, so it'll definitely help some people that are struggling. But jump across there. Always make sure to get the chests, because red orbs are going to be a really useful tool in the rest of this game, because it upgrades your stuff. And that's the end of this video, so thank you guys for watching the start of this God of War 3 video walkthrough, and I'll see you all guys in the next videos, so you take care now.